Good evening, and welcome to our Jazz Vespers service. We were a little worried when we had fires in the area, and fortunately, the fires are down now, and the wind has blown the opposite direction. And we were sort of in a situation where we're supposed to evacuate, but our problem was we had 2 cats and 3 dogs. But we did have people who were willing to take us in, but my wife, she said, no. We kept trying to find some place to take them when we'd have to deal with other people. But fortunately, around 6 or 7 o'clock, the wind changed, and I just closed up the house and put the fans on, and it was great. So we were safe. So anyway, tonight we have one of our favorite bands. And it's not a band, it's the BBB, Bernie Dresel. The BBB featuring Bernie Dresel, that's what it is. So, and, but we wanted all the people who were hurt by the fire, we want you to pray for them. And, and we are grateful that we were able to keep our program going on tonight. And now, and because we have so many guys here, we want to remind you that the guys, they love to work here. They come in, and it's easy to get in. It's easy to get out. It's not long, from 6 to 7 o'clock. And but they also like to be paid, and not a lot. We give them a pittance, and they enjoy it, and we enjoy hearing them. So thank you for the BBB featuring Bernie Dresel. Okay. And and next month, a buddy of mine, Tom Hensley, he will be here. He's the only guy I know. I met him when I was in college. He was a high school student in Indiana who could play. He moved out to Los Angeles. He got a job with, what's his name? Neil Diamond. He had a career. How many years has it been? From 1960. And a long career with Neil Diamond. So he'll be here next month, and he did an album taking Neil Diamond tunes and with a jazz group, jazz tunes out of Neil Diamond tunes. Interesting. I want to hear that. So before we get started with the band, I'm going to have my wife Yvette come up and do the scripture, and then we'll have a word from our artist tonight.
Hi. I am so glad to see everybody here. We did have a rough one, didn't we all? And we've been all blessed. I know I was blessed in my cats and my dogs and all that kind of stuff. So thank you for coming out tonight. Thank you. And thank you, y'all. We love you. I can't wait. And can I dance? Okay, all right. All right, now let me get serious. This is the scripture for the Vespers. Psalms 34, 17 to 22. The righteous cry out, and the Lord hears them. He delivers them from all their troubles. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. The righteous person may have many troubles, but the Lord delivers him from them all. He protects all his bones. Not one of them will be broken. Evil will slay the wicked. The foes of the righteous will be condemned. The Lord will rescue his servants. No one who takes refuge in him will be condemned. May the Lord add a blessing to this reading. He has saved us. I like now to introduce Barbara Nathanson, who will introduce our wonderful artist.
So delighted to see a lot of you here, because I was worried. I thought with a lot of the evacuations that maybe some folks would decide to just stay where they were, especially if it was lovely and the air was good. And lo and behold, you guys are just terrific, and you're going to be glad you're here tonight. So happy to be able to introduce this wonderful artist. I first met him when we both had work in the Northridge Gallery out in Silver Lake. And then I started seeing his work online because we both are in the same Facebook artist posting on Facebook. And so, you know, I see his work all the time. And it's just so full of soul, so full of beauty. And whatever's inside of him is just coming out in a glorious way. And I could hardly wait to get him here. And it's taken me 6 months to convince him. So be sure you get over there and ask him lots of questions. He'll know it was worth coming. Anyway, Ken Moore.
Well, thank you, Barbara. Thank you for inviting me. Not much with words, so if I could paint what I wanted to say now, I can just paint something right now. But anyway, it's really good to see you all here. We've had a rough time here in the area, the whole Los Angeles area, and particularly here. So, and the band here, I'm happy to see them. I had a future time where I had a jazz club, so I'm trying to see. I can't see anymore, so probably know some of these guys. But anyway, thank you all very much. And I brought 5 smallish paintings, you know, tonight. And so if you get a chance, take a look at them, and I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Bye.
right. Welcome. I think this mic is on. I said earlier, I don't have the voice of God. I have the voice of Bernie, but it'll have to do in here. All right, you're listening to the BBB featuring Bernie Dresel. We had featured Rob Lockhart on the tenor saxophone and Carl Saunders on the trumpet on that last one. Thank you for having us. This is our, I think, third time here. Has anyone been to see us before? Okay, thank you for coming back. Did you tell a friend to bring them? Do that next time. Hopefully we'll be back. Now, you're hearing tunes from the first time we were here. We had a new album called Live and Burnin'. And the last time we were here, we had a new album called Burn, Burn, Burn. And this time, no new album. Okay. We're waiting for you all to buy the last two. I think you bought one of them. So you got to get the second one. We'll be having them out front there with those beautiful paintings, huh? Did you like those? Did you look at them yet? Okay, look at them on the way out. All right. We're going to continue on with a tune called Got Groove. And this is off the album Burn, Burn, Burn. And this will feature trombonist Nick Daly. How many people like the trombone? You know what a trombone is, right? That's where they have to play 7 notes like that. Okay, so watch them carefully. All right, this is Got Groove. Oh, we have Scott. Who's playing on this? Yes, okay. Not who I said. I'll introduce him. Thank you. I can never tell if this is on. That's Scott Whitfield on the trombone. And the arrangement was by Conan O'Brien keyboardist for many years, Scott Healy, who is not here tonight. Yes. He hopefully will do an arrangement on our next album. We're going to continue on with a tune by Dizzy Gillespie and arranged by our own Jeff Bonnell. This is called A Night in Tunisia. That's Jeff Bennell on the trumpet and arrangement, and Tom Lohr on tenor saxophone. Now, we'd like to slow it down, as they say. I know there's no dancers out there that want to dance slow, but we're going to do a tune called Early Spring, written by our baritone saxophone player, Brian B. Dog Williams. Show him that big berry, Brian. Now, I know you guys love the berry way more than that. Let's hear it for the baritone saxophone. There it is. All right, this is Brian's arrangement and tune, beautiful tune called Early Spring. Brian B. Dog Williams. Now, that's a pretty low solo instrument, right? It's like the bass, it's low frequencies, low pitch, low on the piano. So we're going to continue with that low theme. It seems to be working, I think. And since you like the trombone so much, we'd like to feature all 4 trombonists. All right, and this is called an arrangement by James McMillan, you may know him by. And this is called Bones Akimbo. the BBB trombone section. We got Nick Daly. I'm going to introduce the band now. Nick Daly on trombone. Scott Whitfield on trombone. James McMillan on trombone. And Julianne Grau on bass trombone. Now this is where the point of the show, I know it's hard, you've got to keep your energy up. We've introduced 5 musicians. 10 more to go. I was good in math, I really was. I was good at one point. Rob Lockhart, tenor saxophone. Jeremy Lockett on alto. Kim Richmond, alto saxophone. Tom Lohr, tenor saxophone. See, there's different sizes. And you've already met Brian B. Dog Williams, baritone saxophone. We'll start on this side with the trumpets. We have Jeff Bonnell, Tony Bonsera, Sean Billings. Sometimes the sound of my voice scares me. Have you tried this? Anyone want to try this? Now you know what your minister, your preacher goes through up here sometimes, right? And who we got here? Carl Saunders on the trumpet. You may know him from the Brian Setzer Orchestra. Johnny Hatton. Now, if I let him talk, he's a minister, right? Is that what you're called? He's a bass player, but he's a minister too. So if he starts talking, I can't let him start. You'll be here for an hour, another hour. Do you want that? No, you don't want that. On the guitar, electric guitar, not just acoustic, Andrew Sinowick. And I'm your host and drummer, Bernie Dresel. Now that last tune, Bones Akimbo, was recorded live on, look at the size of this LP, vinyl, Live and Burnin'. How many people have a turntable still? Wow. How many people still have their needle on the turntable? Okay. That I got to replace on mine, okay? And this is the first album available, CD, Blu-ray. Now, I know some cars don't have CD players anymore, so you can download it still at iTunes, Live and Burnin'. And the next tune we're going to do is off our studio album. This is an eye test now. Burn, Burn, Burn. Can you see that? Okay, you can look at it closer. We'll have it on the table outside there. Burn, Burn, Burn. These will both be available for sale. And it helps us keep coming back here to play. If you think, I don't know. It helps it because, oh my gosh, the church here has stepped up and not just brought 5-piece band. There's 16 of us here. So give it up for your church here. Yes, Northridge United Methodist Church for stepping up and bringing all these great musicians to you. But it does help us to come back if you think about getting the albums. All right, we're going to continue on off that title track of that second album, Burn, Burn, Burn. And this will feature an instrument dear and close to my heart. My wife plays the clarinet. She's not going to play it tonight. She plays on the album with the Los Angeles Clarinet Choir, 9 clarinets. However, we don't have 9 clarinets tonight. We thought about bringing them and putting them over there, but they were all working, so they weren't able to make it. So maybe next time we'll do that. But tonight we've got Ken Richmond on the clarinet for you. This is Burn, Burn, Burn. Kim Richmond on clarinet, Carl Saunders on trumpet. Okay, we're going to do one more tune for you, unless you've had enough. One more? One more? Okay, one more. This is off the first album, Live and Burnin'. This is called Crossing the Boulevard. We thank you for having us here. We're trying to stay on schedule and finish this tune, although there's a drum solo in this one, so it could be, we could be here for a while. Okay? All right. Nobody leave. The doors are shut. All right? All right. Thank you for having us. Oh, if you want to know, we play around Los Angeles. We've been coming back here maybe once every 2 years. But we play around LA, Los Angeles. Every month we're playing somewhere. November 12th, my birthday, we're playing, that's a BBB pun there. We're playing at a new club kind of close to here, but south. It's in on Ventura Boulevard in Woodland Hills called the Write-Off Room. Yes, you know that. It's a very nice, newer place. It's great. You come out of your home, step away from the computer, step away from NFL football on a Sunday. So nice. Thank you for being here. Getting out and being with people, right? Isn't that what it's about? It is. It's about that. Okay. So we'll be there November 12th. We'll be at Vibrato December 15th. They don't know this yet, but we're going to be doing a lot of new tunes for that, a holiday show. Christmas tunes, Hanukkah tunes. Did I say that right? Hanukkah tunes. I don't know if there's anything else that we know. All right, so we'll be there December 15th on a Sunday at 7:30 at Vibrato in Bel Air, Herb Albert's Club. Anyone like the Tijuana Brass? Yeah, we won't be doing any of that. Okay, all right. All right, this is called Crossing the Boulevard. Thank you for having the BBB featuring Bernie Dresel. And I'll see you out front if you want some autographs, a handshake, a hug, sweaty hug. But I'll be out there. We'll be selling the records. Okay, thank you. Thank you. The BBB.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Stand up, guys and gals.
BBB, Bernie Dresel, you were fabulous. You are fabulous. Don't go away. I want to dance. I want to dance. You are so wonderful. Thank him again. Give him another one. Woo!
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 Thank
This
you.
is where I give the message. I wanted to get out of their way just in case they wanted to go and sit down and drink some water. Or you can listen to messages real quick. But thank you so much. Let me tell you this one thing. I met my husband. He's a piano player. Y'all don't know him, Lanny? Okay, here's how he got me. He could dance. Okay? Piano players, musicians usually can't dance. And we used to dance to this kind of music. And I want to thank you. And now my knees, you know, I got new knees. They ready now. I'm wearing my cowboy boots. So, honey, get ready. We're going to be dancing again. Thank you, Bernie, and thank you, the BBB. Okay, the message today is called Moon Landing. Okay, July 20th, 1969, man landed on the moon, and it changed our world for good. Going out into interspace became the new normal. I like that saying, the new normal. I mean, that's what's going on in all our lives. When we move, when we do different things, when we change our jobs, it becomes a new normal. I had this new normal the last week, October 1. I turned a certain age, and I wasn't ready. Okay? So I started complaining. I was not ready for my new normal. And Reverend Choi said this morning, he spoke on this morning. He said that the Jews kept on complaining even while God gave them all their needs. For the 40 years they were roaming around in the desert, they complained. Well, I am trying to stop complaining because the new normal keeps coming at us. It keeps changing. The fires taught me something. And let me tell you, this music here, y'all opened my heart back up. And I want to thank you so much because I was crazy with the fires. Let me tell you, it scared me. So the new normal, I have this poem that was given to me to read to you tonight by one of my church members. Her name is Gloria Miles. Can you stand up, Gloria? Now, okay, that's Gloria over there. Now, y'all look at this paper. Look how yellow it is. Look how old it is. She knew to cut this out of the newspaper because it was the new normal. The new normal is called The Moon Landing, and it was written by Charles B. Garrigus, and he was the poet laureate of California. And I'd like to read it to you. What is the measured meaning of this moment to mankind? How does this action change what was, what is, and what shall be? What will our pure, poured out treasure, vision, intellect now find? What do all the eyes of earth through these four eyes now see? The aspect there of silence, loneliness, death is grim. An awful sameness starkly dominates this barren waste. How precious now is life and faith and love to each of him who slowly stares at sights no other men have ever faced. Here is no sound, no water, color, movement, warmth, nor breeze. Corroded craters spread through endless contours, dulling sight. Here is a dreadful certainty that life must burn or freeze. Here is no conscious power nor sense concerned with wrong or right. as I turn the page, my hands are shaking because it makes sense to me, this old yellow poem. Then why has mankind reached so far to grasp this land forlorn? Why take so much from earth and give it to this cindered realm? The answer is apparent in man's nature for the moment he is born. The searching mind of man must have a challenge for its helm. The Vikings, Columbus, Drake, Lindbergh, Byrd, Gargan, to their we're thrust by times and men to meet the challenge of their days. Now Armstrong, Aldrin, Collins show our age what man can do, and history's host of heroes share the triumph of their praise. But what of Moses, Buddha, Jesus, Paul, and such as these? Are not they even more heroic to the heart of man? Did not they challenge us beyond all earthly things that please, to have life with more peace and joy and justice if we can? Then from this dead and dreary moon, behold, a new earthwise, a blessed blue, white, vital embryo of life and hope. Let all mankind look up to earth, new Eden of skies, and see one world of peace and brotherhood within its scope. Behold, through all of space and time, the soul's one home of birth. The moon is a place where men at last appreciate the earth. Thank you. Now, do any of you get the NASA channel? Turn it on, find it, because it will show you that there are new moons around Saturn. There are 83 of them. 53 of them are named, and if you vote, you might be able to name, you might win the contest. So please do that. And I want to thank the BBB and Bernie Dresel. Y'all can go ahead and go. I'm going to end this program right now. I want to tell you that on November the 10th, Tom Hensley will be here. I want you to go out there and buy those albums from Bernie. I want you to tell everybody and their mama to come here and keep supporting this. Because this music, did it not raise you up? Did it not open up your heart and your soul? I want you to go out there and look at the art. Oh, his work is so beautiful. And take his card, okay? And I want to thank Dusty for making the sound, and Adrian and Barbara and Lanny for bringing us all these great musicians. I want to thank Reverend Choi. I want to thank Barbara Nathanson. And I just want to thank all of you. And don't forget, there's that little basket out here, because the only way we run this is through your offerings, your gifts. And guess what? Your gifts brings us great big old band. So keep it coming, okay? And thank you. Now, could we close this by all standing up and saying on the second page our last greeting, our benediction. And may the Lord watch between you and me while we are absent one from another. God bless all of you. Thank you for coming out. Thank you. You guys are wonderful.